guys, welcome to or welcome back to Exposed, and if I'm welcoming you back and you like it here, I'd love it if you stayed and subbed. Happy New Year! Glad to see the back of 2024, but I'm always really frightened to say can't wait for the new year, because 9 times out of 10 the shit hits the fan and it's worse than the year before. But we're back with a comments video. Wigging out. Grifter's got a grift, doesn't she though? She's the slightly older version of Lardo. Absolutely disgusting. She apparently has no idea what's going on in North Carolina. Idiot. Oh, and may I recommend... Did I read this one and not give you a heart? May I recommend... a bit of bra? Yeah, I did. Happy New Year. Joyce, Lardy's wheel spinning but the hamster's dead. Right, hang on. Yeah, that dog is a fugly dog, isn't it? What is it? Brussels Grissom or something? Hang on. Griffin. Look, even the nice ones are fugly. Look at that face. Where has it gone? That was giving you the side eye. A little scrunched up thing. See, you can tell just by looking at that they're going to have problems breathing. They're going to sound like a pug under your bed. Does anyone remember Lauren Panacea? Right from... I'm sorry, what's that? Lauren, back in the day, she was like the... Oh, look at that. I love the jacket. But yeah, it's a Brussels Griffin, so that's why she called it Sprout, a Brussels Sprout. No fucking ideas of her own whatsoever. But yeah, back in the day, Panacea used to make videos. It started off, she was selling on eBay and people would say, how do you use this? So she'd make small videos showing them how to use the makeup. Then she put them on YouTube and the rest, as they say, is history. But every time I used to watch her back in the day, I used to think her husband was asleep in the bed behind her, but it wasn't. It was a pug. They're so noisy. But yes, Matt, fugly. Lena, don't know these people and no interest in knowing them. Only two useless people I enjoy watching on your channel is Lisa D1 and Big Fat Alex. Who's Big Fat Alex? I don't do a Big Fat Alex. Thing is, Lena, you only need watch what you want to watch. I don't expect anybody to watch all my videos. That would be ridiculous. You just pick and choose. If you don't want to watch a Lardy one, you don't watch it. If you don't want to watch a Lisa one, don't watch it. That's why I make as many as I do. So those that like Glenda videos, just watch the Glenda ones, and etc, etc. So you do what suits you. MJ, oh my God, Jules, I've been waiting to tell you. In her new wall, new hair Friday haul video. That's a gobful, isn't it? When she talks about going into the Gap looking for Wheel a sweatshirt. Oh, she's actually buying Wheel something, is she? She seems so annoyed when she says Wheel. I laughed for a while because the way she was saying her son's name was like it was a thorn in her side. She shopped and shopped and shops, but when she has to look for Wheel something, she seemed annoyed. Not like a loving southern mama at all. Around the 31-minute mark. Anytime I've ever seen her say she's got Will something, or she's talking about Will, she side-eyes him, she pulls her face, she says his name different, and then she tries to show that picture on the aeroplane. I'm with my son, and you just know he's like inside saying, fuck off, Mum. I don't know why Will can't shop for himself. He's old enough. Maybe he doesn't have money, Bay. My son's only just started adulting and buying things for himself, but maybe Will hasn't got the finances. Maybe he's not asked. Maybe he's quite happy with what he's got. Maybe he's not like his mum and he doesn't need a closet full of shite. MJ, probably to make sure he stays on budget. Gap is the most expensive thing I've heard Lisa get for Will. Amongst other brands are Walmart, Target and maybe Old Navy. See the contrast between Mama and Wheel. I know, right? It's like when, do you remember when he had acne and she told the world, and then she was complaining about the the skincare she was getting from him. So expensive, really. Habibi, I'm confused. Didn't she go to New York by herself for that YouTube conference, and she always goes to the Like to Know It conference by herself? Why is a solo trip now such a big deal? Because I think because when she goes to them things, she's with a group of women and they're all in the same hotel, and there's an itinerary and whatever. I think they just didn't want her walking the streets of New York because she's a target. And that Earth, Moon, and Stars, higher crime around Christmas. There is that as well. But I'm sorry, I was telling Jed and I was roaring laughing because I said her mum's like, if you just go to the shop and come back, I'll let you go. That sounds like when I used to send my kids to the corner shop for sweets. And I'd be sat in here fucking counting the seconds until they got back. And I remember the first time we sent tech help, fuck, me and Jed were on the verge of throwing up. We were walking around in circles in the front room and what the fuck is taking him so long? And when he got back, I'm like trying to act all sort of, oh yeah, oh you're back, are you? I said, you were a while. I couldn't choose. And it was like, oh, okay. Yeah, we're fucking making up all sorts of scenarios in our head and he's just there going, no, that one. And if you know anything about an autistic person choosing, you know how long it took him. Nikki, she's so completely out of touch. There's been 2 people burned alive. Yeah, I know, that was fucking 2. I saw the one. 2 people burned alive and several stabbings in the city over the holiday, and yet she goes on being in the bubble of comfort that she's consistently in. Must be nice. Also, she says she's a go with the flow, but no, as long as it's her flow. Exactly. The flow of shop after shop after shop that she wants to shop in. Well, then she's fine. She seems like such a rigid person who wants what she wants when she wants it. She is. I know exactly what she's like. And it's so annoying because lots of people are saying, John's the problem. John's not the problem. Oh, he blew a fit. He doesn't want to do this. He doesn't want anything she's saying. It's her. Same as Lardy. She's throwing John under the bus, but it was her. She fucked up the timing to go and see the people, so she annoyed him. So he may have made a comment and she blew it out of all proportion. I don't believe a word that comes out of her mouth. I really don't. And now there was that in New Orleans where the car drove through a crowd. It's like, what the fuck is going on with this world? The car that drove through the crowd at the Christmas market in Germany. It's like, can we stop now? Julie, Lisa isn't taking the subway. Believe me, Lisa would be in tears within a minute. I know, I'd love to see her on the New York subway. I bet the New York subway's way worse than the London Underground. But it's like, I'd love to get her on the tube. Rush hour on the tube. There you go, Lisa. She'd fucking melt. She wouldn't cope. Lisa is going to Park Avenue, the Upper East Side of New York. She's stopping at Bergdorf's, one of the most high-end department stores in the world. I lived in New York most of my life. I now live in Florida. Wouldn't go into Manhattan anymore. There are too many criminals now. Same as central London. It's scary. Nikki, oh, I know. She'd never set foot in the subway, but I wouldn't either anymore. I'm just saying that there's so much crime there. Really bad things happening, and yet she just goes on like everything is sunshine and rainbows. I know, it's so annoying. And some people don't have a choice but to travel by tube or subway. Do you know what I mean? People have got jobs to go to. They've got long ways to travel. That's what they need to do to get from A to B. And I wish we could all live in a bubble like Lisa, huh? Christine, honestly, how many of us need to be told what to wear on our feet for 12 to 14 hours on our feet? How many of us wear clothes suitable for the North Pole to go to New York? How many of us wouldn't want to fly first class if we could afford it? It was just over an hour-long flight. How many of us not expect any airport Christmas time to be crowded? How many of us would not want to spend the evening in New York at Christmas, see the Nutcracker or the Rockettes, take a carriage ride in the park, yes, and pretend I'm in barefoot in the park? They just got married. I'd love to do that. I'd love to do all the fucking sad touristy things. I took, when Tech Help was, what was he, 4? We went back to visit my mum, and then we went into London and we did all the stupid touristy things. And most of them I hadn't done when I lived there, which is the usual case, isn't it? But I'd love to go to New York at Christmas time. I'd love to see all the windows and all the setups and go through Central Park and all the rest of it and ice skate, try and ice skate if they've got the ice skating thing. I've never ice skated in my life, but I can roller skate, so I sort of hope it'd be. Mind you, at my age, that'd be a fucking accident waiting to happen, wouldn't it? Go to New York and break a hip and not be able to afford to have it fixed. See the Nutcracker or the Rockettes. Take a carriage ride in the park and in the beautiful lights on all the high-end stores. All of the above are worth staying overnight for, and maybe a little thank you for John, if you catch my drift. Who would go to a big city and not be wary of potential scams and crime? Just all of us. That's who and how and why. She's making John sound like a gormless idiot, and she also makes him sound like he's cranky 90% of the time. Exactly. I wouldn't believe a word she says about him. I've no doubt he loses his temper with her. Fucking, you might be a saint not to. Sorry, Christine, why go off on the store staff over a declined card? It's got nothing to do with them, really. I know. She just doesn't know how to use a card. That's her problem. Julie, I think you misunderstood that. Oh, no, he didn't go. Yeah, it's right. He went off on the people on the phone at the bank. Her husband didn't go off on the store staff. He was on the phone with the bank or credit card people. Lisa could never handle anything technical or handle herself. I can remember a few years ago she panicked while she was out of town shopping the Nordstrom sale because she couldn't get her laptop to work so she could make a video while she was in her hotel room. She said John had to walk her step by step through everything. One time it was as simple as her charging cord was no good anymore, and John had the hotel deliver her one to her room because she was so upset. The only thing Lisa knows how to do is shop and spend money. She even admitted it in a video, saying she spends the money and John's the one who moves it around. Bay, if I were John and married to Lisa, I'd be cranky 100% of the time. Snap. I don't know how he does it. I think he should just pack a little bag now. Maybe one of her designer ones. Maybe that nice little one that she got at Lily Pulitzer that's just to look at. And tootle off out the door, never to be seen again. Oh, talking of things never to be seen again, there's a thing I'm going to watch after I've done my Lisa video. See, I have to, it's like you can, if you get through the Lisa video, you can do something nice. It's like, ugh. There's a thing on Netflix, started yesterday. I think it's called Wish You Were Here. Hang on. And I saw an advert for it, like 2 seconds into the advert, the bloke who's playing her husband or boyfriend or whoever, I saw him and I was like, yep, I like him in things I'm watching. And then Thingy Shearsmith's in it as well. Where the hell am I now? That did Inside Number 9. And Hop Ho, as we call him in this house, James Nesbitt is in it. And what happens, this girl gets up one morning and the wardrobe's empty. Her boyfriend or her husband's done one. And she's got no idea where he is. And why am I doing it on the telly where I can do it on here? Duh. And so that's it. He's gone. She can't find him. And
Chaparral Associates got the contract to retrofit this place in '99. $4 million contract.
I'll get dinged. Shut up. Yeah, she opens the wardrobe. She goes looking in the wardrobe. It's empty. He's gone. Everything's disappeared. And then you see a clip of her friend, or her and her friend, and she says he's been gone for 11 years, and her friend's like, yeah, that's why. You should move on and do something different. So, yeah, missing you. Is this it? Steve Pemberton. They're really fucking... It's like you'd think Lenny Henry's in it, James Nesbitt. You'd think they'd mention them a bit sooner up the line, wouldn't you? Anyway, it's called... Oh, it's quite long. Cool. Yeah, it's called Missing You. So, her friend says, it's 11 years, you should do something different. So she goes on Tinder or Grindr or whatever the fuck, and she's flicking through, and pa-ding, his picture comes up, and it's like, ooh, this looks like it's going to be fun. Can you imagine that? They walked out on you, said nothing, disappeared, not seen hide and hair of them for 11 years, and then up they pop on Tinder. I've no idea what I'm doing now. Bo! It's completely obvious that John is pussy whipped. The man has no spine. Whatever Lisa wants, Lisa gets, both from John and her parents. She's got to be one of the most spoiled women on the planet. Spoiled women on the most spoiled, I agree with. With John, I think it's, happy wife, happy life. You've got yourself into this situation and you can't get out of it, and he'd divorce her, but Daddy Gertz had come after him with a gun. Kelly, it's never going to be enough no matter how many times she goes. Poor John. Maybe he'll get it together and find a woman who loves him without the addiction, shopping, and just be content with life. It'd be nice for him, wouldn't it, if he had a nice quiet life? Serin, I had a bit of a shopping addiction. Nowhere near Lisa's, and not luxury goods. The highest end store I shopped at was maybe Banana Republic. On sale only. But that ended decades ago. I'm 63. She'll be shopping, being wheeled around on a gurney by one of her children. I can see it. See, 63 is only 10 years away for her, and she doesn't look like she's slowing down at any point. James, I'm starting to convince myself that this is some type of joke, because she obviously is aware of the hate she gets and the continuous and consistent. Slow down. Pardon me. She is aware of the hate she gets, and she continuously does not only the same shit, but it gets worse and worse. I can't even imagine it getting worse, and all I have to do is listen to the first 5 minutes of this video and I'm sick to my stomach. And that's the thing as well, she said years ago that everyone was having a go at her for buying a £50 Tom Ford lipstick or something, and she said, and John said, buy 2 more. 8:27 to 8:41. Okie doke.
And I had already bought him some of those Uniqlo, like heat temp thin tops to wear to play golf sometimes. And then, we pretty much planned on him wearing that. And
Okay, has anyone watched that movie, A Christmas Story? The little boy named Ralphie, who's the star in the movie, and the mother has to dress him up in all of this winter gear for him to go outside. Lisa basically dressed up like a big 9-year-old to walk around the city. And when you're walking in and out of stores and around the city like that, I'm sure she was dripping sweat under those jeans. They have no idea what they're doing, clueless. Exactly. You dress for you bring a coat for the outside or whatever. But when you're in the shops, that should be tattooed across her forehead. Clueless. Beguile me. A Christmas Story is an absolute classic. She really is talking like John can't dress himself. I know, and then she was going, I really wanted him to bring his backpack. Hey, it's Franklin. Bonnie, lol, you're right. He is. James, she's offended me so much more lately. She buys the 2 men in the family clothes from stores that are beneath her, and if she put a little time into loving her son a little bit, maybe he wouldn't be so bland and wanted to be left alone. I would be totally ashamed of having a narcissistic mother like her. Should have met mine, James. She was a joy. Sassy. She's not dead, by the way. I just say it in the past tense because I have nothing to do with her. Sassy doe. She's just manifesting more dumb blonde tales. It's her niche. And I'm trying to make the video longer. And then, oh no, let me back up. Julie, she is 53 years old and had to call her parents to make sure it would be okay for her to travel to New York alone. This woman just comes off as a bragger. People are struggling to make ends meet, and this woman can't wait to make a video bragging about how much money she spends in one day. She even had to mention that she normally flies first class, but John saved about $1,000 not sitting in first class. Her videos are not informative at all. Every single one of her videos is about how many luxury bags she can buy in one day. I get John is deep into Bitcoin, but it really is a bad look bragging the way she does. I don't understand why she has to tell us what John has to wear under his clothes to stay warm. They aren't going to be out and about. They're going to be in the departments. They aren't going to be out and about. They are going to be in a department store all day. Not cold in the stores. Exactly. I bet he was roasting, bless him. Sassy, unbelievably, he wants to air their dirty laundry. He watches all her videos. I don't think John watches her videos. She's 54. Is she? I'm 59 now. What am I? 2. So 63. 363 days off of 60. It's their countdown to 60 in this house. James, 9:02 to 9:17.
So we went to bed the night before early, watched our TV and everything. And I'll have to say he handled it so well. I mean, he never said he was excited to go or pretended it's what he wanted to do, but he really made me feel special by.
Oh, Lisa, you have the best husband in the world, and that really showed everyone how much he really loves you. None of these other women that watch you are in this group. Have that love with their husbands like you have with John. You're so lucky. Yeah. I know if I said to Jed, I want to do so and so, he'd say, right, okay, when we going? I wouldn't have to beg. I wouldn't have to bribe. But if I wanted to do something that I really knew he didn't want to do or didn't like or was uncomfortable doing or what have you, I wouldn't expect him to do it. It's like if I was going to a load of Christmas parties, I wouldn't expect him to come with me because he hates crowds. He's autistic. He doesn't like it. He doesn't like the noise. He's got his arse groove in the city. He likes watching his films. He doesn't drink anymore. So, do you know what I mean? But it's like she doesn't even... I don't think she even knows what John likes apart from golf, and that's only because he says I'm going to golf that she even knows that. It's quite sad, really. She bought him long johns from Uniqlo. Did you not hear her? Right, 10:03. Should watch this first, really, shouldn't I? When do you ever do anything for him? Oh, I forgot, James. Silly me. She was so generous, wasn't she? Yes, James, she should count her blessings. Too true, Bonnie. Sassy. Great sarcasm, thanks. I mean, it was an arranged marriage, and she said he's not her type. These are people that think he's a douche over the red lipstick and her other tales of his personality flaws. She told Tammy she married him for security, not for love. Exactly. And she blames him for everything, and it's all lies, and people believe it. Bonnie, wow. Did she tell Tammy that when she stayed with her a few years ago? Lisa should feel blessed or fortunate that John puts up with her. Exactly. Sassy, exactly. Yet there are a few who focus on his being a male chauvinistic pig based off Lisa's tales, real or imagined. Pig or not, it's fortunate for her he didn't kick her out of the pen. Yes, Tammy exposed her inner gold digger for all the world to hear. And she didn't even realise she'd said it. MJ, 45-47.
Something that would probably never happen here where I live. But as soon as this bag came out, this woman came and stood literally behind me like she was with me. Like she was probably closer to me than John was.
She's such a fucking weirdo, isn't she? It's like, have you never been shopping at Christmas, love? Poor little Lisa. She would lose her mind at the beach in Spain. No personal space because everyone's sunbathing, minding their own business, not being nosy like her and gawking at people. Just do you, Lisa, instead of being all uptight, acting like you own all the space, girl. Exactly. I'd love to see her stood up in a proper gig, a proper concert, up the front, getting pushed and shoved all over the place. She'd never cope. James, sorry, I'm giving up at this. 12:35 mark.
That is what I had in my mind. I could either go that route or I could go denim, sneakers, faux fur, or my long black blazer.
Because we all needed to know what she was going to wear. I'm going to run the rest of the video on silent till the end for watch time for you. Oh, thank you, honey. But I can't deal with this or her, with what's going on in the world and personally in my life. It's fucking ridiculous. Love you, Jay. Love you too. I don't blame anyone who can't listen to her. Beguile me. Am I the only one who's annoyed by her aggressive lip liner? It's egregious. I'd love to sneak in the middle of the night and just pick them all and go dink into the bin. But then she'd just go out and buy them all again, wouldn't she? Al McKenney. I thought the same. It looks awful. Just looks like a bum hole. Lena and her barely there lipstick. Put some colour on your lips, Lisa. And then she says, I'm doing a different lip combo. No, they all look the same. Shite. MJ. Right. 121.15. What happened?
Up getting one little Sicily lip thing, but it isn't. I mean, it's okay. But I just kind of wanted to see what they had. And I tell you, I pretty much had everything. Then I ran into this girl and she looked so...
Oh my God, she probably doesn't even know what a shrimp cocktail is because the picture she showed was not a cocktail. No, it wasn't. In a way, she's from a coastal town. How could she not know? But it's Dumpkin Lisa, so she probably doesn't. I know, because she was, I got a lovely shrimp cocktail, and it's like, where's the rest of it then? Cece, absolutely 100. Every time Lisa travels, there's some drama. It's usually her fault. She's such a spoiled brat. Also, this isn't the first time she's whined about a credit card being denied. Again, it's likely her problem. Exactly. I don't travel. But you normally have to put a code in or something. It's just the done thing now. It's like that, what is it, 2 something authentication or whatever it is to make sure it's really you. Beguile me. Jules, you're a sweetheart. Have a wonderful New Year's. Thank you very much, honey. You too. Did everybody get really drunk? How many people that used to get really drunk on New Year's Eve now just sit at home with a cup of tea or a hot chocolate or something and go, yeah, no. And, see, I said to Jade, I've taught Travis well. He won't go out on New Year. I said to him on New Year's, the day before or whatever, I said, you going out? No. So why not? It's too crowded and there's nowhere to sit. It's like, you sound like me. It's like, how old are you? But it's just no fun anymore, is it? It's cold and it's all. I just watched a video actually on where is it? Instagram. This
New Year's Eve fire.
He put a real review of going to see the fireworks in London, right?
Work display. Don't worry, you're not. It's f***ing shit. Years ago, this used to be a free event, as did free travel on the Underground on New Year's Eve, as a nice little gesture to the people of London. But that's all stopped now, and as this is now named the Mayor of London's New Year's Eve celebrations, it all makes sense. My ticket cost £45 for the green zone behind the London Eye, where you're all penned in like sheep, and the last entry's 10:30. And now you're in, you got over an hour and a half to kill in a massive crowd. If you're an anxious person, this would be your worst nightmare, and the only crumbs of comfort you can now get is either finding a portaloo, joining the massive queue for the only food van in here, where a burger costs 20 quid, or sitting down on the floor and getting a cold, numb arse. For 45 quid, the view from this section is awful as well. Yeah, you can see the back of the London Eye, but you also get to see the back of a building site. The fireworks themselves were, fireworks, loud and bangy, but I've just watched it back on the BBC and this whole thing is definitely set up for TV. We could hardly hear any of the music and got none of the good stuff like Paddington from down here. Getting out after was the worst bit. You're already cold and tired and now all of the tubes around here are absolutely rammed and took ages to get anywhere near inside the station. Honestly, this is no exaggeration. It was one of the most pointless nights I've ever had. If you stayed in and watched it picked up under a duvet, well done, you did the right thing. What a waste of time. But anyway, Happy New Year. See you next time.
What a joke. Because we did. That's Jed comes up and Tech Help comes in from his room and we all watch the fireworks together. That's a tradition that's been happening in this household for years. And I was sat here under the duvet and it's like, oh, that was fun. It's like, I can't imagine paying a 45 quid for a ticket to stand in the cold, to pay 20 quid for a burger, to see fuck all, and pay for the tube there and back, and go fucking rammed in like cattle. No, thank you. Can you imagine Lisa dealing with that? She wouldn't know what to do with herself. Robin, I'm pausing right now after her rant about being scammed and, like you, also wondering what the scam is. Exactly. It's like, at least explain. Sassy, in a nutshell, they end up charged, but it doesn't matter. Lisa's rich. Exactly. Hannah. Hey dear Jules, so glad you did this video. Almost had to see my doctor due to withdrawal symptoms. Watched a lot of your older Lisa videos, so I managed to just, bless you, Hannah. Had a good laugh, just what I needed. Great, that's what I hoped. Julie, what blows my mind is that it is Christmas, and even at this time of the year, it's about what makes her happy and spending money on her. Forget everyone else. All about her, even at Christmas. I can't with her. Does she even listen to herself? Can she not see the selfishness? I'd be embarrassed to admit any of this publicly. No black boots. Is she serious? I know. She's got more black boots than the black boot shop. Robin, pause. Isn't Lisa the one who immediately has to purchase an item that she sees and another woman in front of her buying? Exactly. She doesn't like it when it's happening to her, does she? Hannah, I immigrated to Western Australia at 26 years of age all by myself. See? But she can't go to the shops at 54. Bay, I know, right? I travelled by car by myself across the US when I was in my late 20s. Exactly. It's like, fuck's sake. She's a child. Christina, she wanted to experience New York at Christmas but didn't do anything of the New York Christmas time things. Exactly. She could have been in any fucking place at Christmas, couldn't she? She was inside a shop. That was it. She looked at the window, thought it was cool, and then she spent the rest of the day in the shop, seeing nothing of New York at Christmas time. Bay, exactly my thought. When she goes anywhere, does she ever do any sightseeing? All she wants to do is shop. She's the most boring person. She really is mentally ill. MJ. And how about bringing the kids along to experience New York City at Christmas time? But at least she didn't do anything remotely Christmas related. Just buy and spend. Kathleen. You have to admit she really just wanted to shop at Bergdorf. After all, any city that only has a Sephora in a Kohl's doesn't have any shopping to enjoy. Plus, buying her groceries at Walmart, not exactly high living in Wilmington, I would imagine, and frequenting McDonald's is kind of odd at her age. It's because she just wants a burger with cheese. Because she's carnivore, you know. Did anybody know? I was shocked. I put a video on the other day and she was saying she's been carnivore. I don't fucking know that. What I ate, in case you didn't know, I'm carnivore. No one cares, Lisa. We don't want to know what you ate. Matt, all these people should sue her for taking their pics. I think they should. I think she should be reported. It's wrong. Panda Bear, what a lovely name. This is the most boring life. What, me talking about her or her living her life? Bonnie, 1 minute 33 seconds, I'm bored already. We went to New York because I wanted to. Yep. James, she's not even a human anymore. She literally is just a clickbait drone that follows the orders of YouTube, and she just makes money off people clicking on links. She has no heart or soul and tells these long drawn out exaggerated stories because the longest she talks the more money she makes. I don't know why these people don't realise it by now. It has nothing to do with anything other than her and her only. I know, and you try and tell them and they tell you you're wrong. Sassy, excellent post, 100%. But it's true. That's the thing. That's what I keep saying. And people, you're just mean. No, I'm real. Can you not see it? Do you want my glasses? 31 to 53.
Bless his heart. I will say,
Look at John, bless his heart. Look at you, bless your heart. Fucking two dimwit hillbillies together with no fucking clue what they're doing. For someone who's doing a one-day trip and has no luggage, all they had to do is hop on a subway and they would be at the fucking department store in half an hour. The 7 E, F, M or R subway lines can take you to LaGuardia Airport in Queens, New York City. The A&E subway lines connect to John F. Kennedy International Airport via the air train. Grow up, Lisa. Want to be a New Yorker, start acting like one. Exactly. Well, she paid $150 to get from the airport to the shop. And how much would it have been on the I keep calling it the tube. How much would it have been on the subway, James? Oh, but she couldn't possibly go down there. It'd be all stuffy and John wouldn't breathe and people and no. Bonnie, what the heck does she think? That she's so important, like Carrie, that people are going to bombard her, or maybe she thinks she needs protection because of the paparazzi. I know. James, does she realise that at airports and a lot of transportation hubs that there's a taxi agent that kind of orchestrates where the passenger needs to go on to what cab? Exactly, it's like in London. You go outside, there's a taxi rank. Registered, regulated, whatever, taxis pull in and you queue up. Why is that so difficult? Is it because she had a female middle-aged driver that was not her idea of what a driver is in her mind? Who knows what the scam is? I know we're being scammed watching her crap. Ain't that the truth? Bo, experience New York during Christmas is not about shopping. There are so many fun things to see and do, but Lisa just wants to waste money on luxury items. She's 100% clueless. Yep, clueless is the word of the day. Bonnie, I'm appalled, and marriage is a partnership. Lisa, if you have to move heaven and earth to do something, maybe, just maybe, you shouldn't do it. Sassy, she brought this trip up at least twice for clickbait filler and said she wasn't going without any explanation prior to me asking her, why aren't you going? The GB never even mentioned this trip she spoke about after those videos. Her mama gave her blessing for her to be unleashed alone in New York, but Yawn felt compelled to step in so Lisa could spin her sordid shopping soap opera. You're doing it on purpose, aren't you, Sassy? Trying to get me tongue-tied. Prove you bought those fugly bags. I got a kick out of them over there about the guy on the plane she got in the photo of. Do you think he's a CIA operative or a private detective on their trail? Funny, he was looking right at the camera, wasn't he? He's more than likely a passenger on a plane who may have noticed them taking a selfie but doesn't realise he's in it. Same with someone asking why Yawn is pasty white. Could wear golf gloves and those sun shirts. We know she filters because she has major sun damage not showing. I'm sure he does play with hired gophers. She will just throw a hissy fit like she said. Exactly, Julie. She's absolutely ridiculous. She surely is. With everything going on in the world, she needs to throw a tantrum if she doesn't get her way. Some people won't be able to have a decent meal during the holidays. Exactly. I could throw a fit. Doesn't that just tell you who she is? If people don't understand it, listening to that, there's no hope for them. Sassy. Derelict of deceptions dumbed down. Trip up to New York was a disgrace. Why isn't this devil mentioning her R-line? Was taking those pictures of other failing fashion failures fulfilling. See, she's doing it on purpose. I have second-hand embarrassment. She looked like a smelly bag lady. Her, I'm going to be honest with you, and scammer speech. I think she's telling on herself, which in her deluded book makes it okay. I question everything out of her baboon lips. If I take the time to care because it's insulting and the desire is wearing thin. Besides, the inevitable fall. Not a bit jelly over this tragic turd, nor will I ever feel sorry for this manipulative sea hag. Great thumbnail, by the way, to exemplify the failing of the fillers and filters. In her Friday haul, she asked her subservients to mention other fashion channels in the comments. Channels that love fashion like her, so she can steal their ideas or whatever. She's disgusting. Exactly, that's all she's going to do. I saw so-and-so wear it. I saw such and such wear it. Bonnie, I'm sorry, Jules. Welcome back. I was so irritated in the beginning with her. I forgot to tell you that. You have been missed. Thank you, honey. Robin, Lisa would curl up and die if she had to live my life on the daily. I consider myself very privileged, but I am a widow alone who does not ask for any assistance. I pull up my big curl pants and get on with it on my own. I don't think she even owns big girl pants, to be fair. Tommy Payne. Wow, lots of miserable women on here. If you don't like her, don't watch. I'm deleting you now. You can't delete me. You can't delete people on YouTube. I'm still here, look. Woo. Oops, sorry, Pete. Sweetie for country. If you don't like us, don't watch. Deleting you now. Right, losers go help keep Lisa covered in luxury goods with your money. Exactly. Donna. A wave, a heart, a prayer, a cup. That's a cup of coffee. What was that hole before? Have fireworks. Thank you. Wishing you and your chat a happy and blessed New Year. Same for you, hon. Jules, what the hell breed of dog is Sprout? He's a Brussels Griffon. And they're fugly. Sweetie for country. Imagine them in Paris getting scammed around the Eiffel Tower. Just stay in Wilmington, Lisa. Doing the world a good, wouldn't it? Christine, if I was John, I'd be beyond pissed that she went to her parents to give permission. Hard to believe, I know. Twyla, totally out of line. Her mum should have stayed out of it instead of making demands on what John needed to do. Lisa is a spoilt, narcissistic brat. She certainly is. Bonnie, what a spoilt brat, so entitled. I just don't understand why her subscribers listen to every word she says. I don't get it. They have to be brain dead. It's the only reason. Jane, the lip liner is just ridiculous, isn't it? Lou, fuck's sake, I just can't. That's how I feel most days, Lou. Jane, grow up for God's sake. Dumb fuck, spoilt brat. You're ridiculous. Isn't she, though? Twyla, red, narcissistic flags all over this video, yet her subbies cheer her on like it's perfectly normal behaviour. Sassy, my thoughts exactly, but many bought and paid for. It's obvious. She's bought more recently, hasn't she? Funny how she stayed at 174 for fucking decades and now all of a sudden she's at what, 330 something? Jane, I wish I would have known you then, Jules. You could have stayed with me for a bit, thumbing around Ireland. Did it a few times. Yeah, I could, couldn't I? That would have been fun. And And hear this, the sun was out. I ended up with the world's worst sunburn because I was wandering around in a t-shirt and whatever. I had the usual fucking pale white tops and redder than red bottoms of my arms because I had no suntan lotion with me and I couldn't afford any. Yeah, it was fun. I went round the whole place with a Walkman and Def Leppard in my ears while I thumbed. And there was this one day, there was this really kind bloke, and he says, right, I'm going that way now. So he says, I'll drop you off here. This is the busiest part. He said, there'll be a car along in no time. And it's like, right. Half an hour later, still no car. And it's like, yeah, I love the country, busy in Ireland. Christine, I would bet money on the fact that she has at least 100 pairs of black boots. Exactly. She doesn't even know what she's got anymore. Sassy, like her idol Sheila, whom she tattled, has 100 pairs of grubby goose. What are they when they're at home? Jane, so actually she isn't an influencer. She had to copy a young model in a video. There it is, folks, from the horse's mouth. Exactly. Nothing's her own thought. She's a foolencer. Classic. It's quite sad, really. Shelley. I was going to say Sheila, but I think it's Shelley. She amazes me. I've never seen anybody have the amount of clothing she has and then wears the worst thing they can find when they have to go anywhere. Exactly. Or the, I've got nothing to wear. Panda. She's such a baller. Why doesn't she fly private? Oh, she was going to. I'm sure she won't. She'll have a fucking private jet soon, won't she? Was that a... Oh, that looks like a long discussion. Hell of a discussion. What happened? Kathleen, not sure why you feel the need to review, comment on her videos. You don't need to watch her at all. Just scroll on by. She has lots of followers, so clearly some viewers enjoy her content and appreciate her reviews of the clothes and products she buys and reviews. Panda. She has a lot of purchased subscribers, Social Blade stats that show that. Lisa's is a YouTube hustle to promote kickback links to those who are clueless. Additionally, D1's travel stories are hilarious. We're here for it. By the way, don't look at the Gossip Bakery site. Huh? What? What was that? Sweet for country. Because she can. You don't like her? Don't watch. This channel's content just seems rather mean-spirited and quite honestly rather useless. That's what you think, Kathleen? Is that my mum? As I said, don't like it, don't watch. No likey, no lighty. Same to those commenting on Lisa. Speaking the truth is mean... Oh, right, Twyla. If speaking the truth is mean-spirited, then I guess so. You're apparently so used to no one being able to disagree or speak the truth on Lisa's channel that being honest is offensive to you. If Lisa would allow an honest opinion over there, we wouldn't have to come here to be real. Well said. Oh, for fuck's sake. Why do you feel the need to comment here? Piss off. Say what you really think. Interesting. What do you mean? How does Lisa not allow honest opinions on her site? Read the content she posts. Oh, are you new? See if anyone's answered her first, and then if not, I will. Julie. She just gained those followers this year. For the last 10 or 12 years, she had not gained any new viewers. I think her husband is buying those viewers. Yep, her and her husband. Twyla. If someone disagrees with her content, she'll delete comments or block people who post them. There are plenty of her older videos saying she doesn't want people commenting about her nose job, her hair, etc. I understand posting mean comments shouldn't be allowed, but saying I like your hair before this way or that way is just an opinion, not an insult. She can't handle those types of comments. I've watched her since the beginning and saw her change and become a self-centered snob. Most don't know the true Lisa. I know a lot of background. I have spoken with her in text and on phone calls. She is as fake as can be. Some of her followers are so naive, thinking she's their friend. They thank her for sharing her life with them. I guess they don't realise it's about making money. I'm sorry, I just don't like fake. I don't like selfish, and I don't like greedy. All these describe Lisa. Yeah, and can I add, I don't like fucking liars either. Run for your lives. Because this is an exposed channel, maybe keep watching and learning something about Lisa. Thank you. Julie, Lisa doesn't give reviews. All she does is brag about how much stuff she buys constantly, and then she tells her viewers that they need to buy the same stuff, so she links everything below so she can make more money and spend that too. I used to watch her and thought she was a sweet southern lady, but the more I watched, I started to realise that she isn't buying these things to review them for us. She's completely addicted to shopping. The only person she ever shops for is herself. Kathleen, thanks for this insight. I can see your point. She does seem rather unsophisticated. It must be that she's raking in lots of money these days on her channel. Otherwise, why would she continue? I will say I rarely read any of the comments to her content, but do enjoy seeing some of what she purchases. Where have I got to? Though I agree with one of the comments here that said for all of the clothes she has when she attends one of the conferences, she really doesn't not do a good job at putting an outfit together. I also agree that her lipstick choices are not all that great. She also does drone on a bit too much. I usually skip onto the content I'd like to see, and when she didn't know the word Q, I was rather surprised. As I said, she's not very sophisticated. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you, Kathleen, and come back anytime. Wow, that was a turnaround. This comment was. Bravo, bravo for you. You get it. Happy New Year. It's not just that she's a bit dim. She's conniving, Kathleen. The more you watch, the more you'll see. Where are we? Deb, they call it a Q. She doesn't have to go out of her way to show her stupidity. It comes naturally. Carolina, yeah, people in the USA say line. Ah! Since she didn't travel, she has no idea that this is called differently somewhere else. Surely she must have heard of a queue at some point. Isn't it the first thing people say, Americans say about Londoners? Or people in the UK, they queue all the time. Did she not know what that was? God, she's dim. Dim! Tay-Tay! I make more money than she does, and I would never dream of spending $400 at Walmart, knowing I had expensive medicine and car insurance coming out. But then again, I don't have a man buying my groceries and paying for whatever I can't buy because I buy junk. Exactly, Tay-Tay. See, maybe we should. Maybe we should just act like the Glendas and the fucking Lardis of the world and just wait for Wheel to come along and dig us out of a hole. Sassy, such a good mummy, dearest. Only 1 day trip up because the kid kept under the blanket couldn't be left alone after nightfall and they didn't need to hire a caretaker. She's horrible to Will. Lena, what she loves to wear, every other influencer says is out for 2025, like oversized clothing. And she's invested on so many oversized blazers. You watch, she'll throw them all out one day and then she'll wish she hadn't. And it's just one bit. What was it? Somebody said about Laurie? The hamster wheel's spinning, but the hamster's dead. It's the same with Lisa. Deb, she describes everything as little. She's so condescending and arrogant. It gets on my wick as well, Deb. Oh, and I saw a little this and she had a little bag. Fuck off. Sassy, her pea brain is little and limited, isn't it though? Hannah, and says, and all that kind of stuff also all the time. Exactly. Because she can't think of anything else to say. And all that good stuff. Stupid. Christine, I don't think the people begging for money would be classified as a scam. It's just people that beg on every corner of every city in the world, including Wilmington. Such hicks and their subscribers adore her and defend her no matter what. I think these are the only comments on her channel that she doesn't delete. I made one several videos ago that was deleted and it wasn't even nasty. Yeah, I was deleted years ago telling her to watch out for her daughter. But that's the thing, it's a scam. It's not, it's people begging for money. Twyla, I see them fighting in the comment section, fighting to defend her. If anyone says a thing about her or dares to disagree, she's like a freaking cult. Shake my head. It's weird, isn't it? And they're grown-ups apparently. Meanwhile, these influencers are begging for money every time they post and convince others to click that link. Exactly. Sassy, she clown creates her own circus, doesn't she though? They can have a lot of channels are chasing the algorithm and having trouble, and or some of the shadiest say they are changing their styles, content, intro, trying to keep up. One lady was accused of following YouTube directed tips and she said they don't give her any. Well, someone is with the ones that have adopted the same noticeable techniques. I just saw a thing. I don't follow him. I never have. I know it was like the winking at people and getting all the subscribers at the beginning. Wayne Goss, and he's just. It was like time for a change, and it's like I know it's clickbait, but go on, because I rarely watch him. And he said he's going to start doing quicker videos now, and it's like, oh, is that what's selling now? I need a drink. Sorry, can we have a drink break? If anybody wants to go and put the kettle on or whatever. But like, yeah, he said when I started, I used to do 90-second, 2-minute videos, and then YouTube pushed you to. They said longer content was better. You made more money because you could put more ads in it, and blah 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 blah. And now he's going back to short thing, and it's like. They're going to be forever chasing the almighty dollar. Or pound in Wayne's case. I've been on Reddit quite a lot, and there's a YouTube subreddit. There's a couple of YouTube subreddits. And one is where people are always asking, how do I make my YouTube a full-time job? What do I have to do to get so many subscribers and get monetized? I want to be able to do this for a living. I've done this and I got so many subscribers, blah blah blah. How do I double it? And it's like, if you go in, mind you, I was going to say, if you go in with that intent, you'll get nowhere, but they do. This person just said they only started 4 months ago and they've got 500,000 subscribers and they're making X amount per video, and it's like, fuck. I know I'm doing something wrong, but. That being said, I bet he doesn't know every one of his subscribers' avatar thing and know their name, like Laurie used to say, and know things about them. But then the younger generation don't give a shit, do they? Sarah, I bought a Birkin today, Jules. Wow! It was a Walmart Birkin. It looks just like the real one, and it was $50. Yay! Way to go, Sarah. What colour was it? Ginger and Nemo. How do you like it? I was going to get one, but the price increased so much. What, from 50 already? Maggie. Doesn't even remotely look like the real Birkin. It looks like a cheap fake. Oh, don't be so fucking arsey, Maggie. From the distance, no one's going to know the fucking difference. On purpose, I wouldn't carry a fucking designer bag because not everyone's going to be saying, oh, that's just fake. She hasn't got a real one. So what's the point? Enjoy your bag in good health, Sarah. Christine. Hi, me again. Notice she didn't link any of the bags on this video, did she not? I guess she didn't want people to know that she paid £20,000 for the Chanel bag. She just dropped 20 grand and then was like, sitting eating her sirloin steak, asking about another bag. Yet she complains about being scammed by a woman driving a cab and the expensive fragrances. Wow. Something is not right. People who dash off and buy $20,000 bags are not watching the taxi charges like a hawk. Panda. Travelling with a debit card instead of a credit card is a curiosity. Something is up with that. More fraud protection with a credit card. Just odd. Exactly. You don't have to argue black is white with a credit card company, do you, to get your money back if something goes shit. Up Shit's Creek, I was trying to say, but I had Shit's Creek and tits up in my head and nothing was working. Sassy. Things weren't right with her from the beginning. The boy that cries wolf. Everyone's just waiting for the wall to come crumbling down and to see how the channel ends. That'll be fun. Yay! Can't wait for your reaction on all the tidbits in this clusterfuck, wasn't it though, How much longer do we reckon she's got in her? Will she still be doing this at 63, do we think? Christine, I'm so glad that you're doing better, Jules. Thank you. Let me tell you what happened to me on the Saturday before Christmas. I just lost my lilac, yes, as you know. But this was the icing on the cake. We had a snowstorm and I went outside to clean the snow off a spotlight that was shining on the front door. The plough had just gone down the street and the snowbank that I tried to jump off was about 4 foot high. I lost my footing and fell face first onto the middle of the street. If a car or plough had been coming down the road, it would never have been able to stop on the ice. Anyway, long story short, after taking a while to get up, that's the thing I've realised. It's like this Get Fucking Fit thing the other day was saying, can you touch your toes? You know, can you put your palms on the floor? And it's like, yeah, I used to be able to, but I don't want to try it now because if I bend down to do anything, I go skittling forward and hit my head off the walls. Like, fuck that. And trying to get up then, once you're down, it's a nightmare. And on ice, I bet that wasn't fun. I realised something was very wrong. I suffered for 2 days at home, mostly because I knew I'd never be able to get onto a stretcher or sit in emergency for several hours. Turns out that I have a broken sternum and several broken ribs. Oh my God. Let me tell you that fibromyalgia is a picnic compared to what I'm feeling now. I can't even take a deep breath. Yeah, I've heard that about when you do your ribs. Can't they strap you up or something? The pain is no better, but after a few days in hospital, there's not a thing that can be done for me. I probably have a 6-month recovery ahead of me. I'm just telling you this for a few reasons. 1, I don't have anybody else to tell. I'm here all the time. 2, I'm very lucky to be alive because there's no damage to internal organs, just major tissue damage, both internally and externally. Happy New Year, Jules, to you and your lovely family and to this supporting and caring community. Happy New Year to you, honey, but here's to a healing New Year. Hannah, have your ribs taped. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. At a physiotherapist, it makes a huge difference. I've had 2 broken ribs a while ago and they taped it up and I got instant relief. Yeah, because it's like when you've had a really bad cough and you don't want to cough anymore because it hurts. It's like, I can imagine trying to breathe because it hurts. You're like, and you don't do any deep breaths and that's not good for you either. Thanks, but it can't be done because a couple of breaks are too close to my lungs and heart. It would be a huge risk. Fuck. They cracked inwards because of the huge impact. Everything is realigned as of now and it's too early for physio. It's only been 10 days. The sternum has to knit for a little longer. So after another ultrasound next week, they'll have a better idea about how to proceed. On the bright side, I went for a very short drive, 10 minutes this morning, and did pretty well while gripping a pillow for dear life. Baby steps right now. Thank you for your advice, though. I feel like I'm getting excellent medical care. Good. The doctor said she would even come to me if I needed her because she doesn't celebrate Christmas. I'm having a phone consult on January the 2nd with another specialist. I'm very grateful for our Canadian healthcare system. It gets shit on a lot, but when things are bad, they get things done. Oh, that sounds good. I hope the, what did you call it? Honestly, my head. Talk about colander. I hope your phone consultation goes well today. Bonnie, didn't she have the same scam another time? Someone wanted money and she just grabbed some out of her purse. I zone out, Bonnie. Baller man, she's infuriating, isn't she? Bonnie, I need to watch something educational now that my brain has been fried. She never gets tired of bragging. I definitely need a long break after listening to this. I did too, Bonnie. That was Carol. Looks like she's changed a little. No. She looked the same to me. Oh, she's trying to ride the Wicked wave. A bit late now. Everyone did Wicked shorts ages ago, and this is Lardy's attempt. No, wrong one. That one. Yeah, I'll probably have to take the music out. It was someone singing Popular down their nose. And she's got green and pink socks on. Oh look, I am like I'm in Wicked. Yawn. Clara Mosa. Hi, I've been anxiously waiting for you to cover this one. The crazy train just keeps speeding up for Lisa. Doesn't it just? Bonnie, I love to hear all of the opinions of others. Too funny. Perfect video to relax. It's great, isn't it? Just stick it on in the background, forget about it. The Ask Me Anything video is still up for you to ask me anything. If you go to my page, it'll pop up for you. It's the linked video. Ask anything. I'm not bothered. But there's only 10 comments so far that it shows you a number when you point at it in the analytics thingy. So I'm waiting a bit longer. Pandas in the desert. Jules, thank you. I hate that you are fibro because I just love your videos. Thank you for doing this. Oh, bless you, Panda. She loves Soho. So many fake bags for sale there. Oh, is really? I don't believe she buys real bags, just my opinion. A lot of people have said that, but if she's showing it, her seeing it in the shop, is what's she doing? Going to the shop, looking at all the things, and then going and buying them a duplicate, or what? It confuses me. Ginger and Nemo, I've thought this for a long time. See, I wouldn't know a fake if it jumped up and bit me on the arse, because I know nothing about designer stuff. Yeah, I called my mum and dad. What the fuck? I know! Jules, your comment and reaction after she reached out to her parents. She's an idiot, though. Who does that? And if they do, who tells the world? Tess, the hair extensions are really noticeable. Funny how her hair's doubled, but I've missed a load of videos, so I don't know what's going on. Sorry, Christine, I saw that too, but don't forget, she's coming to the end of her hair journey. She wouldn't dare admit to extensions. Oh, she not said she's got them? Joyce, she totally bypasses John's opinion and goes crying to her parents. Mummy, Daddy, how do I convince John to let me go to New York? I have a feeling that she throws a fit often. Warning, I don't think that this will be my last comment on this imbecile's video. No warning needed. She didn't have to take luggage. With all that shopping, how did she get it home? By pack mule? John, that's how. Amanda, that's why she blackmailed him into going. Panda, her lips are disgusting. She's clearly still getting injections. She lies about her lips all the time, like everything else. Yep, she lies about the lies she lies about. Joyce, they got to the airport at 6:01. Not 6:01 and 3 seconds. Lisa, you're getting sloppy. It's like that. We went to bed the night before. Well, I would hope you did. And I don't need to know anything about it. Thank you very much. How did they get all that on the plane without luggage? Bella, that's what I was wondering. No, I've no clue because I don't know how planes work in America. Well, I don't know how planes work in general. Joyce, so sorry about all the... Stop apologising. But if I was going to New York, I would be so excited about going. The very last thing on my mind would be, what am I going to wear? Okay, I'll stop now. Maybe. Bay. Lisa, the shopaholic, doesn't enjoy life if she's not buying more stuff. What a sad woman she is. Jules, I'm hoping you feel better, love. I'm wishing you and your family a happy new year. Same to yours, Bay. Her mental illness is on full display. Twyla says 100. Joyce, nope. I knew I had one more comment. Lisa, I froze to death in New York, but hey, at least my corp is chic. It was vibey. Cool girl, no pun intended. That's funny. You lot are funny. Okay, last comment. No matter what. 2 people, count them, 2, went to New York, but she said we. It was I. She makes me want to kill. But she never said we. I know. How my pack mule John carried everything. I bought this, I ate that, I went there. We don't care. Tay. I fail to understand how her apartment is always a mess when she doesn't work. My roommate and I both work full-time jobs and our house isn't messy. Exactly, because you clear up as you go, don't you, Tay? Because you're an adult. And you know how to look after yourself. I don't know, was Merle just thrown out the front door when she was born and left get on it? Mind you, the way she goes on about her mother, it wouldn't surprise me if that's the story. Sassy. She asked if she was a boy or something in Friday's video and showed off men's Levi's and said women should size up in men's sizes. Creeped me out. I have zero interest to wear men's clothing. I made a comment about that. No one answered me. It's like, if a man's 27-inch jeans are 27 inches and you're 27 inches and built like a boy, isn't it the same thing? Why is a man's 27 different to a woman's 27? I understand if you've got hips and a bum, then you wouldn't fit in men's jeans because they're not catered to you. They're catered to a straight up and down, like me. I wear men's jeans because they probably fit me really well. The front entrance table they helped her design is underwhelming. That black wall with faux fur is so dreary. I'm way behind, Sassy. I'm going backwards now. She's showing off her Empire redo today, and they told her to get rid of those stupid carnival low-hanging picture over her overrated and boring marshmallow couch. It's clear she needs help. That flower picture wasn't her idea at all. Brooke gets to watch a 13-inch screen when she overnights, but Wheel isn't allowed in her echo chamber. Someone said she doesn't need an office. She doesn't need a lot of things. Perhaps a cardboard box down by the river. Happy upcoming New Year, everyone. 2025. Watching psychodrama shill shows sounds like a plan. I got through that without tripping over my tongue. Thank you, Sassy. Pandas in the desert. Agree. If it's all about her, she would never go on a tour of a golf tournament for John. Her advice is bullshit. Surely is. She doesn't know how to be a wife, and she tries telling people how to be a wife. Really? She just did a Walmart video less than a week ago and highlighted a pair of black boots. So phony. Catcher, we've missed you, Jules. I've missed you too. I'm laughing in my pillow at your commentary today as husband is sleeping. Oh God, don't wake him up. I used to get in so much trouble for waking up husbands and partners. Melanie, why does everyone in this woman's life treat her like a child? She just loves being helpless and pathetic. I know, they're all enablers. Twyla, exactly. Same with her subscribers. Everyone connected to her walks on eggshells. They all know it's a requirement to praise her and give her anything she wants. This must have started in her childhood. Someone please get this woman in therapy. Melanie, I needed this video. Jules, I love your disgust and disdain for Lisa. We're all here heckling out loud with you. Thank you. I just don't understand why the subbies can't see it by now. one line should have told them, I could have thrown a fit. That means I do that to get my own way all the time, but this time I tried a different attack. Amanda, it's just the biggest load of bullshit. You couldn't make this shit up. I really don't get any of it. Down to leaving Will with the cats at home was okay. For fuck's sake, the boy is over 20. How is it not okay? She's got enough fucking coats. John could have worn one of her oversized fur ones and looked very American Hustle. Who gives a shit what he's wearing? Clothes for every God-given eventuality. No black boots, though. Oh, I've been waiting for the commentary on this one. Lindy Lou, Jules, your commentary cracks me up. Happy New Year to you and your loved ones. Happy New Year to you, honey. Thank you. The woman in the outfit that got all the attention. How does she know that girl loved the attention? Not everyone loves being the centre of attention. It's uncomfortable. Ugh, she's so shallow and narrow-minded, I could scream. And creepy. She's fucking creepy. For all this rubbernecking and recording of strangers' lives. Exactly. I spend it and John leaves it all around. Yes, Lisa, we know the scheme. Amanda, sweet John would just sit and keep his eyes on me the whole time. Yeah, right. Meanwhile, he sat glued to OnlyFans. Wouldn't it be funny if he was? He's got his mistress on the phone. Doing a striptease to some raunchy music. What do you think, John? Raven, I can't believe Ellie Mae Clampett has to call Granny to make Jethro take her to New York. She has no problem making Turtle Man sound like an idiot servant that is lucky to have her. Talk about a major bitch. So true. I hope someone sees themselves or their kids in the video and sues the shit out of her. Yep. Bay, oh, people speaking different languages all around you. Bothering you, Lisa. Tell me you're not a racist without telling me you're not a racist. Exactly. Rosalia, John doesn't have a warm coat and she has 101 fake fur coats. What a caring wife. She makes me so sick. Will doesn't have one either. Step love. Wow, the hate for Lisa is real. Here's a thought. If Lisa's videos irritate you so much, stop watching her videos. This is one of the main reasons that some people don't want to start a YouTube channel, because of how other people criticise everything they do. All of us have flaws. It's a shame that people can't see that and live their lives without hurting other people. Wow. You've watched her and you think that she just has a few flaws. This isn't what stops people wanting to start a YouTube channel. If people are normal, fucking kind-hearted people and they start a channel, people cheer them along and help them along. It's liars and manipulators and narcissists that we don't like. Take your advice. I see you on the hate train, so I don't have anything to say to you because you don't even get the point. Have a nice day. But you've just said something. If you had nothing to say, say nothing. Run for your lives. Then why are you here doing the same thing? I'm doing the same thing. Did you actually read what I wrote? Have a nice day. That passive-aggressive, have a nice day at the end of sentences. It's like, you've come in here, you've made an assumption, you've growled a bit, and now you're going to fuck off none the wiser. Hang about, learn something. I see you are on the gullible train, and you just said something to me. You can't even shut up, right? So true. Rosalia, who really cares about this empty, selfish, egotistical, no-brain person who is beyond crazy? Really, not me. I care about you, Jules. Happy New Year and better health wished for you. Thank you, honey. We all care for you as well. Run for your lives. At 23:50, when she mentions John was... Yeah, was hands-free so he could carry her bags. I said out loud, "Oh, for fuck's sake," and then you said it, and my husband started laughing. He said, "Who's the selfish twat that you're both watching?" And he never comments on anything. But even he could see how abhorrent Lisa is. Tell him I said hello. Thank you. That's funny. Bianca. Her whole life revolves around shopping, totally out of touch with reality. She should be a case study for psychologists. So many people have said that. She does it for her viewers, though, and they believe it. Maya. Boring, self-indulgent, narcissist woman, and she can't imagine why her husband hates New York. She requires him to follow her around like a puppy, being the yes man. Yes, honey, I love that purse. Yes, you must get that handbag, dear. He does everything but roll out the red carpet wherever she walks. Well, I guess he's accepted his role. Sad as it seems, it does seem that way, Maya. Levanity. Hey, Jules, hope you're doing well. Lisa looks so unhealthy and sickly. I think the hair loss is from malnutrition. Anyway, you always crack me up. Thank you, Levanity. She does look sick. It's quite scary in that video. Aurelia. Good grief. Even with John, they both fall for the okey doke. They're such a soft touch and people see them coming a mile away. I'm embarrassed for them. It's like I keep saying, there's a thing when the carny folk are in Springfield and Homer's walking past and they see a big pigeon. That's her. They know exactly what's going to happen. Carolina. She's such a snob. They treat us to 2 steaks. They're very expensive, like $50. She has no boundaries. Texting poor girl on a day off. Exactly. Unbelievable. No respect to a person's private life. If I was that girl, I wouldn't have answered the phone, but then she must be getting a good whack of commission. Cynthia. Been a minute since I've been able to watch, but Jules, coming back after a break, I see how mentally ill Lisa really is. That's the thing. I think the people that are watching her all the time should take a break, and then they might see it for what it is. Her vids could be used to teach students about personality disorders. Her whole existence is beyond sad. As for John, he has issues, given he sticks with this person and exposes his kids to this dysfunction. Key was Lisa asking Mummy and Daddy what she should do. What the fuck happened in that childhood? A few people have said that as well. Welcome back, Cynthia. FYI, debit cards have no consumer protections. If they drain your account, so you're not covered. If there's a problem with merch, no coverage. John, you need to ask Santa for a break next year. And I can't imagine the setup for a woman to say, I want that bag, just to get Lisa to panic buy. It's her big O. By the way, if they knew Lisa was coming, why not make a reservation upstairs? I suppose they didn't on the off chance that she didn't turn up. They all just make their sales quota and want to make Lisa think she's special so they can play her every time she comes to New York, baby. Card decline must have made John feel very small, if you know. Lisa could have given her children something priceless with all the bags she buys, an education that would help them lead meaningful lives. She's so far down the rabbit hole. Thank you, Jules, for letting me give you the watch time on Lisa. Thank you. I think she can keep her scam going in 25. Happy New Year across the pond. I don't think she can keep her scam going in 25. Oh, I bet she does. It's like you only need to watch that Michaela Noguera on TikTok. Lying and scheming and whatever, and get millions of am I still in the thing? I am. Gets millions of subscribers, and then when that was waning, she starts the crying, and I've had a horrible year, so now they're all back kissing her ass and wanting to know what's wrong. They just keep playing the game and people keep falling for it. She's like a stalker or a serial something, not an empathetic bone in her hag and bone self. So true. I love when she calls it straight flight. It's called a direct flight. Such a hillbilly. Brian the Diamond. She bought the Ronald McDonald ugly Chanel bag because they told her it was special. Looks cheap and a knockoff to me. Just hideous. I know. If they tell her it's the last one of anything, she'll buy it. Oh, Kate Moss glanced in its direction. Oh, I want it, I want it. TS Ministry, happy healthy new year, Jules. Thank you, and to you, honey. You haven't been around for a while, so nice to see you back. Dump her, John. Have some self-respect. Oh, don't we wish? Hannah, wishing you and your family a blessed and healthy 2025. I also wish that to all the people in this chat. Expose the scammers in 25 to warn people, Jules. Lots of love from Hannah to everyone. Thank you, Hannah, and I hope 2025 is your best year yet. Oh, and I've got a visitor, so I will click for now. It was Madam bringing me water. She's like, are you gonna take that out? I'm like, what? You didn't say anything. I clicked off before you spoke. And she went, no, the door. And it's like, oh, I don't mind the door noise. It's like she just doesn't want anyone to hear us speaking, which is her prerogative. Skull Taylor. Personally, I think she's full of shit about trying to come off as wealthy with backhanded bragging. Wealth is always reflected in the house, the cars, the holidays, and so on, but they have none of those signs of wealth. It's pathetic and soulless. Even if she's earning good money on YouTube, I'd hardly say that's something to brag about. Her videos are not a contribution to society and nothing to be proud of. You could say the same about mine, really, couldn't you? So, Deborah. Wow, it's been a while. The narcissistic behaviour has gotten worse. Thank you. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, Jules. Wishing you good health in 2025, Debbie. Thank you, Debbie. Wishing you and your family the same. Southern by the grace of God. Hey, Jules, you don't have enough space for me to type all that bothered me about this video. Oh, I'm sure I do. I watched Lisa for many years in the beginning. We live in the same area. She was down to earth and had more humility and was more relatable. In my opinion, this is a totally different woman. She seems to feel she is a celebrity. How do you make your husband resentful? Go to your parents and you'll gang up on him as to why he should let you go to New York. I live in Wilmington. If I'm not mistaken, she lives about half an hour from here. There really is nowhere for us to wear all those... Where am I? Sorry. My eyes have gone funny and this is really tiny. Really is nowhere for us to wear all those high-end bags and clothes. We're a coastal town with lots of tourists. No one really cares what you're wearing and could care less if it was Chanel or Nine West. And at the end of the video, I'm offended about how she throws shade on women, probably from my hometown, about the way we dress. Mums usually have their uniform. Lisa has even said this before, usually something like yoga pants and shorts, a tank and flip-flops, as we chase our children and run errands. We can't run around in heels with 4 children in tow, and sometimes can't afford it. This woman with the beat-up shoes probably put her money towards her children's clothing and food, not towards herself. I'm sorry, who's she to judge us? Hasn't she said before that women should support women? I pray she never comes upon hard times because I don't feel she'd survive. She's so out of touch. It's so true. Every word you've said is the truth. She tried to make out she was this sweet southern Christian woman, and she's far from it. What she showed in the beginning was an act. This that you see now, this is the real Lisa. This is what she was hiding. And there's more to come, but people don't believe it. And it's like you said, women get married, they have kids. Every penny they have go to their children. They don't go around spending on themselves. So she said, now's my time. So she's going apeshit and spending every penny that they ever had on her because she feels like she deserves it because she was a stay-at-home mum. Whatever. Vanessa, if she's going to stick to this low weight, she'd be better off covering her arms in long sleeves. It's hard to pay attention with her waving those sticks around. But that's the thing, she's lost all this weight and then she wears oversized blazers. Somebody said... Did I read it out that maybe she's trying to hide how much weight she's actually lost from her mum? Pandas in the desert. I'm confused. She said the last time they were there it was for Fashion Week. I thought the Fashion Week video she showed was the one where she went alone and spent all her time in Soho with the mean shoes that busted up her feet. In that video, she was supposed to go to Bergdorf's to get her mum a bag, but instead she said she felt cheated on the amount of time she was able to shop and continue to shop for herself in Soho. Maybe I'm confused. I can't keep up with this narcissist. Same. That is what happened, but I don't know when it was. But usually anything she says is a lie. Because I said she can't remember the lies she tells and keep up with them. Vanessa, Jesus, Mary and Joseph, did she not spend 5 minutes praising her noise-cancelling headphones only to start bitching a minute later about the snoring guy? What the fuck? Hello. There ain't nothing in that there head, is there, Lisa? Sue, I needed these laughs today. Happy New Year, Jules. Happy New Year to you, Sue. And I'm glad I made you laugh. Who layers up to shop? Exactly. Ooh, ooh, ooh. We're at the end. Shall we see? Is anyone on the naughty step? Diddly diddly do. No! God, everyone's so well behaved, aren't they? Right, if you got to the end with me, where am I? Thank you very much. And I will see you in the next one.